Hello, hello, and welcome everybody. This evening we are playing World of Warships Legends, and I have a treat for you if you are not a fan of the aircraft carriers and those pesky annoying airplanes that always spot you, drop torpedoes, and bombs on you. So tonight we are playing in this game. So this is the European ships, and yeah, so I'll kind of show you what to do, but basically we've outfitted this ship as well as all of the commander perks to be 100% anti-air. So I've outfitted for range and extra damage and all that other fun stuff. The kind of bummer that you don't, the bummer with these ships is you don't get smoke screens, but you do get a heal and the very, very useful anti-air boost here too as well. So you'll see. So it looks like we've got British carrier on the other team, and lo and behold, we'll see some airplanes show up for us almost right away, and you can kind of tell they want to spot you. So we'll just kind of see what happens here. Give it a minute. But yeah, so I'm quite enjoying playing as these ships. They come with their own set of challenges, but you do get pretty long range torpedoes. I think these are 12-kilometer ones, but you only get 2 racks of 3, but the reload is quite quick on these, so that is nice too. So I'm just taking some shots on either side of this island, just really just hoping to get lucky. Hope somebody comes around either side of that. We'll kind of see what happens there. But here comes our airplanes, and these are low-flying British bombers. And I activate the anti-air, and we're down to all 9 airplanes are shot down here before he even gets a run at me. So now I'm already unspotted, so smokescreen not even necessary in this example. So that is how it's done if you really hate airplanes. I do believe that we are, it is a tier 5 carrier, so I am up a tier as far as the ship goes, but that was just brutal for him. And this gives us kind of free reign. Normally what you'd have happen is that airplane would keep you spotted, and then everybody and all their friends on the other team would like to shoot you because you're a destroyer capturing a zone. So that's kind of how that worked out for me. So we are trying to maintain this cap, but I think a destroyer, yeah, so we got a smoke screen out there, so yeah, we definitely have a destroyer in there. As well as Queen Elizabeth approaching the zone, and of course I'm all alone out here. So what I'd like to do is kind of just, when I'm a destroyer in these examples, I kind of try to maintain an exit plan for if I do get into trouble. So I tend to like to point myself away from the zone in this type of scenario. So if I do get spotted, do get into trouble, I do start taking a lot of fire, you know, that destroyer that's in there might come out of that smoke screen and then spot me permanently, as opposed to these airplanes, which are going to get shot down very quickly. So already up to, so I've basically done nothing in this game except for shoot down airplanes, and looks like we're already up to 13 shot down. Oh, and somebody on the other side of the map got lucky with, well, I don't know if they got lucky, but did a good job getting one of the destroyers with a torpedo hit. So at this point, I realize I'm vastly outnumbered at sea, so I don't want to be over there by myself without any support, especially without a smoke screen. I really have no escape, so I'm kind of just trying to keep my distance, not get spotted. I'm kind of looking at this, this battleship in here, thinking, you know, maybe I could get some cheap shots on him if he's about to cap the zone. I could get some defense medals. So we'll kind of see where that goes. But ultimately, my plan is to go to maintain where their airplanes are going, and I see them going over by B and right through the middle of the map. So I want to get over there. So for the first time in your life, if you hate the airplanes, now you are the one chasing them down. So now you are their enemy. But anyway, they get the zone cap on C. I didn't really feel like getting myself spotted by shooting my guns or anything like that. So dump some torpedoes, and I'm running away hoping for the best on those. And I'm just trying to get as close as possible. I think I've got the range for AA guns up to 6.7 kilometers on this, and then spotting is probably close to like 3 or something from the air, but I think a spotting for other ships is around like 5.3 or so. So you get quite a bit of shooting them range before they even actually spot you. And of course, if you're the carrier and you see bullets coming, kind of know the direction that ships are. So you really want to spot somebody. You'll hunt them down just based on where the bullets are coming from. But kind of a bad idea to do if you're going up against a ship that's outfitted in this manner. So we get close enough for them to start shooting, but kind of spots in and out and stuff like that. So we don't get too many more shot down here. They've vastly taken over C. Still pretty intense game at the moment. I think one of the big things about having ship variety and having someone with a ship like this is we are really taking out a lot of their airplanes, and just the sheer fact of airplanes spotting your team's ships can make a big difference. So here we are taking a lot of that out of play, and it ends up making a big difference for the team at the end of the game. So yeah, so I'm keeping an eye on where the airplanes are coming from and going. And I'm always kind of wanting to head in that direction. I'm just barely in range here. And then he's disappearing. Again, those British planes they fly pretty low, so they'll duck behind mountains and stuff like that, and you won't be able to shoot them anymore. Keeping an eye on this destroyer. Trying to figure out which way he's going to go. Typically I don't have the best guns, so it's not great to get in a one-on-one fight with another destroyer. Most other ones have a little bit better guns than you get. I got these pea shooters on the front and back. I do find that they do pretty decent with causing incapacitations and fires and stuff like that. So somebody took out the destroyer, and now I'm kind of like debating what to do. Like, do I go back towards C? That's where most of the battleships are, or do I head out to the carrier and the other battleship that's out there? I think we got California sitting out there. So, you know what? It's like I'm kind of like, this is how I'm outfitted. This is where my ship's strengths are. So I am going to head that way. And it can be a little bit risky because a lot of times what's going to happen is that those airplanes are going to, that carrier's not going to like you being close to him. And so what he's going to do is keep you spotted and hope that everybody else on his team, lights you up and shoots you and takes you out. But we got another destroyer out here with us. It looks like he's probably going to get picked on first here. But we're going to get lots more planes shot down between him and myself. And I do try to kind of turn the ship, and I don't know how effective that is. When you've got like secondary batteries, for example, they don't fire unless they can reach. And I'm assuming the same thing is similar for the anti-air guns. Taking a look across the map, just kind of seeing what these other battleships are doing, seeing if I can get a shot over there. A lot of times I'll just send torpedoes, especially with this ship, with how quickly they reload. It's kind of like, activated. The guy's reloading the torpedoes and something to do, right? I'm not just going to hold on to them. So I'll dump a rack if I'm full, and then kind of keep one in reserve and see what happens and see if I need it any closer. But I know by the time I get in range of this other battleship and the carrier that I'll probably still have, I'll probably have torpedoes reloaded, so it's typically not a big deal. And then, yeah, just dumping more in that direction, since that's where kind of the rest of their team is. And then, so, we're only up one ship right now, but we are up a zone, and that's kind of like, that kind of breaks the other team, like, oh no, that occasionally, but, so we're up a couple hundred points almost, yeah, taking out more planes. But now he sees me, so he's going to want to try and keep me spotted, and that California, it just takes a shot. Full salvo, hits me pretty good, but now I'm about in range, so we'll see if we can get any lucky shots here. And then the other thing too is now I'm spotting their carrier, so of course this battleship that's coming up behind me, he's gonna want that. He's gonna want to take out that carrier as well. So I send one at the carrier, and then I send one at the California over here for torpedoes. We'll see what happens. Here comes some more planes. I'm still not spotted, but I am shooting them pretty good. One down. Come on. Come on. Two down. So now I'm almost more, I don't want to be spotted versus like the you know, getting hit by this guy's torpedo. So he does dump it because he's kind of, you know, afraid he's going to get shot down, which makes sense, but then that gives me plenty of time to react. Now I'm not spotted. I got hit by the California again, so he's waiting to reload. So yeah, so now I kind of got free reign for a little bit here until somebody else shows up, until more airplanes show up. But looks like I got some hits. And we're going to get another rack sent on our way at the Arc Royale. And kind of eyeing up the California as well. You know, and like, sometimes you would kind of make the argument, well, like, why not shoot all the torpedoes at one ship? And it's just, you know, well, that's fun and that's great when that works, but then if you miss, then all those torpedoes miss. Like, then your whole torpedo arsenal just did nothing. So I like to shoot one. You know, if I'm in this exact situation, I'm in torpedo range of two ships that are kind of consistently doing the same thing, I'll shoot one rack at each, and then kind of hope that, like, at least one of those ships kind of somewhat maintains their course, but I can still get some points on them. But yeah, so, like, this isn't even that big of a, like, as far as damage goes, I haven't done that much damage this game. That was a little bit of a close one. So the British bombers do like they have like a carpet mini bomb, so it's easier to hit destroyers with them, and I like playing as the British carriers. So yeah, it's a little bit brutal. You're more likely to take hits. Where most of the other ones, there's only a couple of bombs that they drop, and so it's easy to duck and weave and get away from that. So a lot of times they'll just try and keep you spotted and hope his buddies like that. So we are unspotted again. California's reloading. I can't remember if he keeps paying attention to me here or not. But I'm kind of watching the planes take off, and basically at this point I'm close enough, I'm shooting them as they're coming off the deck of the carrier. Well, 8.5, so yeah, he's still a ways out there, but yeah. But these awesome long-range torpedoes, I'm still able to hit him. But this will be nice too, because you get in range. You know, the carriers can dump a lot of fighters out too, and those all count as credits for getting airplanes shot down. So you can get clear skies a couple times over if you really wanted to. But yeah, he's not going to last long. He's going to keep me lit up for a little bit. I'm worried about the California shooting me. I hit the brakes, turn into it, managed to dodge most of that salvo, but to be honest, I'm quite surprised that the California was able to do that fire at me with that much accuracy, so that's a little frustrating. And in fact, I'm surprised I didn't die here, but we survived. Finally got that carrier with one last torpedo hit. And then we're going to see what we can do on the California. Got spotted for a second there. Of course, now if I'm, you know, not negligent, I shouldn't get spotted anymore, but sometimes I like to ruin it for myself, you know. We get all 3 torpedoes, no floods, so that's kind of a bummer. These torpedoes aren't the greatest, but then also those American battleships got pretty decent torpedo protection. Fire 1 for if he maintains course. Of course he's not going to. I'm just kind of thinking, like, can I get those airplanes or not? But then it looks like we win on points, so yeah. So yeah, that's kind of, if you really hate aircraft carriers, this is the these are the ships to use. Is these pan-European destroyers. They're, you know, outrig the you know, put all your ship options, set those all to the you know, the options for anti-air. So this first one here, this is going to give you like 20% range. But yeah, so AA defense, we are at 6.7 and 3.4 and 4.7. So yeah. But yeah, this is the loadout I've got on here. AA guns firing range plus 20%. I kind of like the propulsion mods. I know a lot of people like some of the other things here, and then I also like the, for this type of build, concealment, absolutely. And then this is the bigger one here, is bringing this commander out. So you're gonna want, you're gonna want your inspirations to be anti-air focused. The base trait is concealment, but then yeah, you've got options here: concealment and anti-air, damage per second, and firing range, all that fun stuff. The third row down doesn't really have a lot of options for anti-air, and by not a lot, I mean none. So torpedo reload, just to kind of help out, since that's kind of one of the perks of that ship, at least the Stain. And then you don't get smoke screens with this, so it's kind of dumb that there's an option for enhanced smoke screen. So yeah, I picked the engine boost there. Yeah, but yeah, so thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know if you if you enjoyed this video, what else you'd like to see me do. If you got any ideas for loadouts, anything I could do better on this loadout, that'd be helpful as well. But yeah, so that's how it works. It's a lot of fun shooting down airplanes, especially when you hate them. Thanks for watching, everybody.